Hello everybody, this is Tim, and I just wanted to follow up and do a quick demo of some things that we weren't able to show at Build, and to demonstrate some things. So in my session we talked about this sample app here that we have, and we have this podcast view that we go to the particular feed here. Let me go back. You can go to any particular feed here and you can see, oh, I've got a lot of episodes, but what if I wanted to see if there was any more episodes? You know, this canonical pull to refresh experience here on lists. As I'm pulling down on the list, I don't really have that feel. So what we've done in the fall creators update that's coming in a preview soon is we've enabled a new control for you. We call this refresh container. So I'm going to go in here and just show you how you can quickly put that around. So basically you put this around anything that is a scrollable container and you'll automatically get the default behavior for free. So we had our list view here, which was our feed items, and I'm just going to put this refresh container around here, and I'm going to say where the visualizer is. Now I'm going to choose to use the default visualizer, but we do have a visualizer control as well that you can supply your own visual for the pull to refresh. So if you want to do a fancy rocket ship taking off or something like that, you can feel free to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that the refresh container around my list view, and then I'm going to make sure that I put this back here to allow our progress bar that's going to indicate some other things there. And then I just need to hook up the events, right? So when the visualizer hits its threshold, it's going to actually trigger tell me to go get more data. So what I've done here is I've got a couple places where I'm going to do that. We have that button, so in addition to the touch affordance, you always kind of want to make sure that you have a mouse affordance. So we have a button that says refresh the content feed, and we're going to use the same mechanism we're actually going to use the refresh container to trigger that. So the other part where I need to go change that capability is comment out another section up here and right here. And this is the main event here. So on the container, I'm going to grab the visualizer and attach an event for refresh requested. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fire off, go get my, this is my event handler that's basically going to say, go check for more data. So let me go do those two things. Let's rerun our application here now and see what we have. So now let's click on the Channel 9 feed again, and we can see that we have our list there, and let's go see if we have some more feeds. So now I'm going to pull down here, and you can see that default visualizer, and it's black in this screen, but again, that's something that I can change. So if I go down a little bit, I haven't met the threshold yet. If I pull down, I still haven't met the threshold, but the second I pull down and meet the threshold fully, we'll get the little animation and we'll get more feeds. And then we're able to respond to that. I can use this button as well and actually trigger that same capability on the list view as well. Now what about our keyboard users? Another feature that we talked about was default keytips. So what if I just wanted to do a shortcut for this particular button here? Let me go ahead and show you what quickly you can do to make that very, very simple here. So let's go ahead and find that button, and that button is going to be above our list view here. Here's our refresh button, and I'm just going to add one new API here, and I'm just going to say, actually let's make it R. So I'm just going to say access key equal R. Now watch what happens here when I simply do that. We call this capability Keytips, and when the user hits the Alt key, we will automatically show the keytips that are available for the UI that they're currently focused on. In this case, we're going to be near our button area, so we should see a hint that allows us to trigger that capability and essentially invoke that button. So let's go back to our feed here. I've got a built-in mechanism to kind of force me to enable to get some refresh things, so let me just trim that list down. Now I'm going to hit the Alt key on my keyboard, and notice this little R here now shows up. That's my access key. So once again, hit Alt and it shows it. Now if I had multiple over here across any other buttons or things like that, it would show up. And now if I hit Alt and actually hit the R key, observe that it actually invoked the button and did that. So now we have a touch-based way of getting more content, a mouse-based way of getting more content, and a keyboard way of getting more content. both brought to you with the refresh container as well as the new Keytips or access key API capabilities that we have built in. So we're excited that these are a couple new controls that you can use in addition to some that were already shown in the presentation, and hope you found this useful and be able to try them out in a flight coming soon to you in the Insiders SDK.